In Jackie Brown, Samuel L. Jackson's character, Ordell Roby, quips that the title character, played by the awesome Pam Grier, is too cool for school. And how right he is, because Quentin Tarantino's third directorial feature percolates coolness from every frame. And what's interesting about Jackie Brown is that it's a relative departure from what we're used to seeing from the filmmaker. For one, Jackie Brown is a reinvented adaptation of Elmore Leonard's novel Rum Punch, and compared to Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs, Jackie Brown is a much more deliberately paced film, much more slower and laid back, but no less compelling. And if you're a Tarantino fan, you can make the case as to why one film of his ranks high above his others. For example, you could talk about why Pulp Fiction is the best, or Reservoir Dogs, or Django Unchained, Inglourious Bastards, Kill Bill, or if you even wanted to go against the grain, you could talk about why Death Proof is your favorite. Although that might be a little shaky to prove, but hey, you're more than welcome to try. But for me, there's something about Jackie Brown that, draws me back in every now and again. And it's one of those films that I could watch repeatedly and still enjoy it just as much as I did the first time I've watched it. In the film's opening moments, Jackie Brown enters from the right side of the frame and is moved leftward, channeling the introductory scene of Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate. She stands still and straight, looking ahead with a relaxed gaze. As the scene progresses, her confident walk shifts into a hurried jog towards an airport boarding gate. She seems to be running a little late. Bobby Womack's Across 110th Street plays in the background, an apt song selection because it helps in setting up the forthcoming drama of desperation. The medium shot of Jackie standing on an airport conveyor belt communicates her feelings of entrapment within her current station in life. Run-ins with the law years ago have brought the 44-year-old towards employment with Cabo San Lucas, the worst airline in the business. She makes a paltry salary of $16,000 a year, plus benefits. Wait, $16,000? Shoot, I wish I made that much money. Anyway, with her record, she cannot afford to start over even if she wanted to. But it's not a completely hopeless picture for Jackie, since she makes substantial money by smuggling illegal currency from Mexico into the US for tawdry gunrunner Ordell Roby. An incident between Ordell and an unfortunate client piques the attention of two ATF agents who intercept Jackie and the $500,000 she tries to smuggle in. Certain that Jackie would arrange a deal that would lead to his own arrest, Ordell bails her out of jail with the intent of silencing her. The bail bondsman who picks up Jackie is Max Cherry, who quietly and understatedly falls for her at first sight. And who can blame him? I mean, we're talking about Pam Grier, one of the classic American beauties. During a conversation with Max, Jackie expresses her biggest fear of losing her mediocre job while having no relief to fall back on, which to her is far scarier than a vindictive Ordell. From there, Jackie becomes the centerpiece of an intriguing plot, juggling the feds, Ordell's crew of miscreants, and a grand prize of $500,000 cash money. Pitch-perfect casting is the film's greatest strength. Pam Grier reigned supreme as a blaxploitation badass in films such as Coffee, Friday Foster, and of course, Foxy Brown. The spunkiness of her 70s roles shines through in a calmer yet no less tenacious form, as her Jackie is well beyond any need to boastfully impress others. She does not rattle under pressure from the ATF agents that grill her, instead matching them tit for tat in the game of wits. Jackie's wonderfully developed relationship with Max is the film's heart. Although he's a by-the-book man of the law, Max serves as an advisor of sorts to Jackie, offering her helpful strategies in dealing with the ATF's investigation. Now, he naturally holds some trepidation concerning Jackie's scheme of nabbing Ordell's $500,000, but when Max observes her executing the practice run of her plan, he can only look on with legitimate admiration. Under the eye of another writer-director, Max would have been presented as an unwitting stooge, but Tarantino holds too much respect for Robert Forster to let that happen. Max reflects the wizened, casual, and collected attitude of Jackie. A friendly glance here, a slight smile there, Max marches forth like a true gentleman. Like Jackie, he finds himself becoming increasingly tired of his own place in the world. Regardless, it's his own sense of duty which keeps him anchored. And I enjoy watching their conversations in the film, especially when Jackie prods for his honest response to the question, if you had a chance to walk away with $1 million, would you take it? Max avoids the question with roundabout replies, but I get the feeling that he'd really like to say, well, hells yeah. Samuel L. Jackson's Ordell Roby is the less enlightened and more sadistic equivalent of his Jules Winfield role from Pulp Fiction. Self-aggrandizing to a profanely incessant degree, Ordell is the sort of man who believes firmly in his own press and never hesitates to prove you otherwise should you even think of questioning. Continuing the prowess he showcased in Pulp, Jackson demonstrates how easily and melodically he recites Tarantino's universally hailed dialogue. Whether it's waxing poetic on firearms or doling out deadly serious threats, Ordell is as charismatic as he is disturbing. You know, it's almost funny to notice how Ordell's weapon-based expertise does not extend towards choosing the company he keeps. He associates with Robert De Niro's fresh-out-of-prison convict Louis, a dim and soft-spoken criminal, and Bridget Fonda's Melanie, a perpetually stoned surfer gal. The relationship between these two jabronis is a direct antithesis to the wise gracefulness of Jackie and Max. Melanie has a scheme of her own, but her own aimless nature combined with Louis's unbending aloofness serve as their sole obstacles. Jackie Brown employs another supporting player in the form of its 70s funk and soul soundtrack. When Max lays eyes upon Jackie for the first time, Bloodstone's ballad, Natural High, vocalizes his immediate feelings. The Delphonics' Didn't I Blow Your Mind this time sustains Max's implied infatuation with the stewardess, and A Long-Time Woman, sung by a young Pam Grier, also touches on Jackie's literal and figurative imprisonment. There are no unnecessary scenes or wasted characters in the film. Everyone, from the main cast to supporting players, adds to the story regardless of the length of their appearances. And the screenplay unfolds carefully and gradually, enabling the characters to flourish freely. And even though the film is 2.5 hours long, it zips by as if it was half that length. Like a well-cooked sirloin steak, Jackie Brown is a film to be savored thoughtfully. Jackie Brown is a film that delivers all of the trademark Tarantino elements: shrewd dialogue, utterly ravishing characters that leap out of the screen, and an excellent soundtrack. And at some point I would love to see Tarantino revisit this type of narrative again, a more mature, more grounded character study. And if it's anything like Jackie Brown, then we would definitely be in for something special. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Victor Omoayo, and you can find more video essay goodness right here on the Victor Omoayo channel.